All right. Yo, what's up, Alan? I'll be right there. Alright guys, just setting up my... I'm trying to manage 3 streams right here. Just gotta get everything all set up correctly. And we'll get started, alright? Alright, Noxbot is now turned on. Frazier. You're almost ready.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
You suck, you jackass.
Oh, you suck.
I'm a potato.
Yeah, you're the potato. Okay, I've got 3 chats up now. Good lord. Doing it. Okay. Woo! I did it. We are live on 3 different platforms now. Because... Oh my god, that's so right. Oh, jeez. Because, you know, I thought 2 wasn't enough. So, we are live here on Facebook, on YouTube, and on the green site right now. We're live on Kick. So, oh, this mouse is not connected to anything. This will not help me. To be fair, you're the potato, Jay. But this should be a pretty fun one. My brother, well, funny story. My brother bought a different 7900 XTX that he was convinced was the right one for this EK waterblock's GPU block. And I got, took the whole thing apart down to just the board, got all the little thermal paste or thermal pad things cut and put on it. And then I tried to put this on it and it didn't fit. So I made sure this time around he got the right one. This is a reference card from Sapphire, so this is built to the exact same specs that an AMD branded one will be built to. So it will, the board will fit onto this EK water block, thankfully. You're the potato of all potatoes? Agreed. What's the deal with Kick? Isn't it just a green Twitch? Kind of seems like it. But they have way better revenue shares. It seems like there is actually an algorithm to Kick, and they might be boosting like viewership and stuff over there. So, you know, if they're doing that, like I'm all for it. I'm all for a better revenue share. Twitch's revenue share sucks, and you know, there's always the chance that Kick could make it as a new platform. So I don't want to dismiss it as something that's useless and not like wanting to test it out, so I figured why not test it out now. I know that the build streams tend to do better than gaming streams anyways, so this seemed like a good first try for going over on Kick. And we actually, it says we've got a couple of viewers over there. If you guys want to go over there and follow me on Tik, you're more than welcome to. My username you should be able to find me the same way, or just Rednek Engineer. Okay, but the first thing we're gonna have to do on this, I'm gonna get this water block out of here for a second. We need to open this up, take off the traditional air cooler from it, and then we can start getting it ready to put the thermal pads on it. And one cool thing that I've set up for you guys for today is I've got this up so you guys can actually see what I'm going to be looking at here. Oh, if I could navigate to the right window. Oh god, I don't know where my cursor is on my computer over there. Oh, there we go. Okay, so come on, what's going on here? Hold on one second. Build me, daddy. What's up, Deck? Okay, so maybe my mouse just didn't want to work from that far away or something. But anyway, so I've got this set up here so that you can see what I'm looking at. So, you know, you might think that I know everything and I know how to do all this. Everything's different. every new board, every new build, you know, might have something different. So this time around, I want to make sure that I put this together in the right order and do it all perfectly for my brother. So I actually have this EK waterblocks installation guide that I can look at. So I can scroll for it for you guys over here. And if I really need to look at it, I'll have to put it up on this computer as well, just to make sure that we can all see it. Love watching these streams when you build PCs. Love learning more stuff about building things I didn't know about. Yeah, they're definitely the more fun streams. Like I don't get frustrated building computers like I get frustrated streaming Call of Duty. So hopefully it's more entertaining from that aspect. Although sometimes watching streamers be annoyed that the game can be funny. Any plans for new pre-built configurations on the website, maybe with a 4000 series graphics card? That's a good question. The hard part with the pre-configured builds is like almost everyone wants a customized build for them. So I can put pre-configured builds on the website, but then nobody wants them. Like very few people buy like the pre-configured builds with no changes whatsoever. So it's really hard to do that, because when I do a pre-configured build and I price it all out, that means I have all that stuff on hand. Now, there might be some opportunities, like the market's a little bit less crazy, that I could buy some of the parts and maybe not hold like the GPU and the CPU, which are the most expensive pieces, and just like source those as needed for those builds. But yeah, that's like, it's a ton of capital that I have to like tie up on those builds and hope that people order, right? So that's like, I think when if volume starts really increasing, then like we can like look at that. But right now it's really tough. You know, it's a lot of money. Like like no bones about it. Like if you think maybe one of those builds is, you know, $3,000, $3,500 for me to sell it to you, that's probably you know, $2,800 or something in just parts, right? Like I have to, like, I'm making money on the builds, but like, you know, there's shipping costs and stuff that don't factor in yet in what I have to like spend up front. But it's a lot of money. It's nothing to you know, what's the term, like wave nothing to like raise your nose about. I don't know. Whatever that phrase is that I'm looking for. It's not a small amount, you know. Hey, thank you for the follow. It's B Scott. Appreciate you coming over to it. Greenside. Crazy. Don't get me wrong, love watching your Warzone streams too. Yeah, no, I totally get it. Like, and honestly, like if I had enough builds coming in where like I could only do build streams, I'd do it. 100%. I heard these cards have stuttering issues. Not really. I mean, everything has their own issues, but they're still great cards. And like, if you want something like the most performance for the price, this is the way to go. Okay, so we got just the back plate off here, which is pretty much nothing. Like this one doesn't even really have any sort of thermal pads or anything on it. I will say, like, AMD's drivers aren't always as good. Like, they have definitely struggled with not having the best GPU drivers, but they've actually been pretty solid in the last year or so. All right, we need a smaller screwdriver for these tiny little screws. So we got the back plate off. I'm gonna undo this, which will allow us to pull the heatsink off of the board, and then we'll have to start pulling off all of these other guys. I don't know, man. Maybe we'll do all those other ones first, and then this one is what actually holds and creates that pressure on the main die. So maybe we'll do that one last. All these other ones are just holding the heatsink and stuff on. Starting was addressed and remedied. Yeah, it's I haven't really seen any issues with it. Only if you do build streams, you'll never play Warzone with me. I know, it's tough. Although, if we ever get to the point where we're doing enough builds and enough build streams, maybe someday down the line, that's like, it's time to start considering. Maybe we don't need to have a day job anymore. It could be a long, long ways away, and there's some pretty serious like metrics that we would need to hit for that to be something to consider. But I mean, that's always the option. And when that happens, then like Warzone streams can be a little bit more common because, I have 8 hours of my day or 9 hours of my day back. So long. Wow, babe. Scott, how you doing today, man? Great, Scott! Every time I see your name, it always makes me think of the Office's, like, Great Scott! His production studio or whatever. I love the price, but not some of the reviews. Yeah. Nothing to sneeze at, thank you. That's what I wanted to say. Just realized your profile name. That was unintentional. Oh, a remedied gap. Shh. My wife never said, "Oh, that's so long," about anything else that I've ever done. Okay, moving on. Didn't even think anything of it. I didn't notice it either. I'll do a co-build stream with you, where we do a mirror build down the line. Gonna redo the whole PC probably next year. Oh, that would be fun. Actually, I would totally do like a like you share your like video feed and stuff, and we sit there and talk about like what to do next, and like we don't necessarily both have to build the same PC at the same time, but it'd be pretty cool to like have walk you through the build and stuff, or just sit there and talk about it. Yo, what's up, Lackey? It's usually because she's usually speechless, I'm sure. Yeah, that's it. She's usually speechless because she's just so overwhelmed and impressed, and she's definitely leaving the chat at this point and never coming back. Okay, all right, so we got this off. That's again a like spring-loaded sort of plate. You can maybe see it here. That's like got a nice angle on it, so it actually, when you tighten those down, that really like tightens it up, and that's what provides pressure for the main CPU or main GPU die there, the processor. Okay, so we'll take that this guy off, but we're gonna need that one back, so we're gonna keep that one separate from the others. Okay, we got that off. I'm gonna put this back on the back plate when I flip this around to keep it clean and whatnot. But I need to disconnect. Those connected to the board? They look like they're connected to the board. Okay, got a couple of connectors here to pull out so that they don't try and get ripped off when I pull the board off. I wasn't sure if you were talking to me. Still working? Oh yeah. I was talking about how your name makes me think of Great Scott from Great Scott Productions. That there looks like something I could easily ruin if it were on my table. Yes, it is something that is easily ruined. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm just pulling the pins out of this header, not not actually getting this header out. Come on. Come on. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's coming out at all. It might just be I don't have enough grip on it. I really need to stop touching that. Not that I'm qualified. Dude, I would love to do that. That would be so much fun. When you're ready to rebuild your computer, let me know and we'll do it. Okay, I'll have to figure out a way to do this. We'll flip it around and we'll have access to it. Okay. Next we need to take this plate off. Is it currently worth the upgrade to go from DDR4 to DDR5 if you kept the same CPU and GPU and just changed the motherboard and RAM? Depends on, well, it depends on what you have. Do you have Intel, I assume? I would say if you already have good DDR4 RAM, and like an older generation CPU and GPU, it's probably not worth it. 11700F and a 3780. Well, one, if you have an 11700F, you're gonna need a new CPU. I don't think they're making any Z590 or new chipsets with that socket that would be able to accept DDR5. So you're gonna have to go up to 12th gen Intel or 13th gen Intel to go DDR5. Okay. I'd be happy to give you a consultant fee for that. I'm down. Let's do it. $1 million. All right, I'm gonna go back to this here. But yeah, I think with that combo, Thomas, like you're gonna need, if you want to go DDR5, you're gonna need a new CPU as well. All right, I'm gonna put a couple of these, put whatever I can back in place so that I don't forget where it went. So we'll put that guy in there. All these little ones are gonna go back in these little spots. These guys are gonna go back here. Ah! So small, it's hard to get my fingers around them. That there looks like something I could easily ruin if around my table. You got it. Easy to break. Alright, how do I do this in a way that... There we go. That works. Okay, so I put these all back in the location that they go, so that when I'm ready to put this back on, they'll all be in there. Cool, cool. Yo, what's up, Navy? How we doing? We're just getting started over here. Started just a little late. But hopefully it won't take too long. Alright, so this motherboard, or this PCB should be free. The only thing holding it on at this point is going to be the like the thermal paste and like the stickiness of the thermal pads and paste. And then there's that one connector that's still there. Oh, the bend! I don't like it. Come on, just do a visual check. There are no screws. Okay, just making sure. I'm really thinking about going AMD instead of Intel in the next build. Do it! I love AMD. God, why are you so stuck? Yeah, like this whole heatsink on the bottom still feels like it doesn't really want to come off. Do we need to pull it out with it? Will it come out? This is like the nerve-wracking part. You're like, I have $1,000 in my hand, and it could all break right now. Trying to just kind of like slowly. Oh, this guy's. Stop it. I'm gonna just be real gentle. Oh. Our handy dandy little plastic piece here. Use it to wedge this side up a little bit, maybe. There we go, there we go. We're free! Almost. Oh, they used like... See, it's not like thermal paste. They normally use thermal paste, or thermal pads here, but they used like a paste all around, and that created a ton of extra, like, suction and stuff. Okay, so here's this nectar we were talking about earlier. There we go. Got it. Okay. So, I'm gonna put this guy back on here. So we want it to stay clean. And here is our heatsink. So, really interesting thing that I noticed last time when looking at this heatsink is that it doesn't appear to actually have heat pipes. Maybe it's like a heat pipe like channel rather than like a traditional pipe, but it actually looks like it's just a straight up heatsink with fins. I don't think it's actually true, but that's what it looks like. Really interesting. If you look at it from the top, it does kind of look like there might be a couple of heat pipes running along the center. But I want to take this apart at some point and really look at it closely. For now, it's off. It looks great. Fan spin, but we don't need it anymore. All right. But yeah, I really like AMD. Can't say if I want a completely new build or if I want to reuse my case and just rebuild the inside except the power supply SSD. Yeah, I mean, like, either way, like, as far as work goes, it's going to feel like a new build, pretty much. But it's, you know, it's less money if you're gonna do it that way, not replace it all. I'm gonna go get a paper towel really quick to wipe all this stuff up. And then I can clean it the rest of the way with the rubbing alcohol. I'll be right back, okay? Alright, I'm back. And crack! I know, right? I was literally deathly afraid of that. Oh. So it is thermal paste-ish, but it's more like a putty. So it doesn't stick super hard there. So I'm just gonna take this scraper guy, which is for like spreading thermal paste onto your die. And I'm going to use it to pull all this stuff off because it's nice and gentle. It's plastic. It will not cause any issues. Or maybe this is a good time for this here. How's everybody doing today? It's Friday. Hopefully no one is... Hopefully this is, you know, everybody's Friday. Nobody has to work tomorrow, maybe. Okay, got that off. Ugh. Stuff does not seem very high quality on the actual die. It's all dried out already. This is a brand new GPU too. It's not like it, you know, has been used for a year. All right, so that's all off. The other side should be clean. Yep, because there was nothing on it to begin with. And let's wipe these clean. We've got a little microfiber cloth here. Oh, not this one. We always have to drop something, right? There we go. And this cloth, which is same cloth really, just it's been used before, so I don't mind ruining it just a little bit. Don't worry, this is rubbing alcohol. It's not gonna cause any issues with the electronics. This is why you can kind of just spray it directly on there. It's one of my daughter's 6th birthday today. We only have 10 days left until baby number 5 joins us. It's been a busy month. That does sound like a busy month. Happy birthday. What's she doing for her birthday, or what is she like? She have like something that she really wanted to do with like friends or with you guys? What's the plan? As a parent and participation trophy wife, I never have a weekend off. That's fair. You got a lot of last weekend off. I took Avery a lot because you were sick. The trophy wife part, you're not allowed to take off. That's a full-time job, babe. Ugh, this is like nasty stuff. She's going to a trampoline park with her mother today. I have her next week, so I have a birthday party scheduled for next Saturday at your house. Hey, I love that. That sounds fun. Like a little tiny bit left on here. I can't seem to get off very well. I don't know what sort of thermal paste they used on here, but I don't like it. Alright, that looks pretty good. Clean. Get it really clean. Ah! Don't go flying. Thing's almost empty. Oh, it's also frozen! Woo! Alright. That looks much better. Like I said, this is all alcohol. It's going to evaporate away. It's not water. It's not going to cause any damage to the electronics. So, time. Switch to this. Right? Yes, that. And I need to find it over here for me. Because I forgot to do this beforehand. Got it for you guys, but not for myself. Okay, so first thing to look at is the thermal pads here. Let's let me scroll down. So here's the first thing we need to look at. Here you can see the thickness of the thermal pads. You can see that. Oh, is this right? Am I looking at I'm looking at a different one than you guys. What the heck? Well, it's the same thing. It's fine. So, oh, maybe it is a different one. Hold on. One second. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Okay, now we're looking at the same thing. Okay. So you can see the pink stuff is all 1mm, the green stuff is all 1mm. So I have a ton of this new 1mm stuff that my brother bought. You don't need to buy this stuff. The waterblock does come with it, but this is like a little bit higher end. And he, wasn't worried about the cost of it. So we've got some of these, and then on the back side we'll need some of this 2mm stuff. Yeah, for now, let's get the 1mm stuff out. And like we said, I got about halfway through this last time before I found out they weren't going to work. So we've only got a little bit left on this first pack of the 1mm, and then we'll open up the new pack. Okay. So now what we got to do is I like to just like work from left to right on these things here. So we've got this first row here that we need to get on there. That looks we could use just a little spiffy clean. All right, a little bit. So got some scissors here, and we've got this. So we're gonna mark that right there. Got the nice thin one first. You lay it down on top like so. Now it's a little uneven. My earlier cuts were not super even, but I made sure to cut it wide enough that it'll cover all of these. And if it overlaps a little bit, it's not going to hurt anything. Then you have to figure out how to separate the thermal pad from the plastic backing a little bit. There we go. Kind of tap it down so it stays. And there we go, first one done. Alright, so this does appear to be long enough for that one as well. We'll cut the width down just a little bit. We'll do the same thing here. And we'll try and take off this side. I think this side is harder to peel off, so take that off first. There we go. That was much more smooth. Okay. Alright, so we got all those. If you look closely, there's a couple of individual ones here that we need to cover. This R15 here. And then this little guy right here need to be covered. That one's tiny. But we'll do that one next so we don't forget about it. Okay, that one is on. And then we need to get this R15 here. This guy is definitely big enough to cover that, so we will do that. that one's covered. A little oversized, but it's not a problem. I'm gonna zoom in on mine here a little bit. Make sure I'm seeing everything. Ah, see, so I'm not zoomed in quite enough. Because there's also 2 more. I need to hit this little black one right here. And I need to hit this one right here. So let's get those 2. They're both tiny little ones. These are both way oversized. That's okay. Ah, that one kind of pulled apart. All right, we're not going to use that one. And this whole end piece seems like it's pulling apart. All right, we're not going to use these last couple little bits from that. We will grab this. Okay, so it's almost perfect size for that. Fine, we'll grab this. Cool. Okay. And sometimes the hardest part is getting these stupid plastic bits off of your thermal pad. Especially when your thermal pad is this tiny. Alright, we'll try putting it on first. There we go. Nailed it. Okay, got that one too. Okay, so this whole half is done. Now let's hit these big chips here. This guy, a little wide, but it's almost the perfect length. Okay, so we'll cover these right here. Okay, I think we're gonna save this little square piece. Well, we'll just make it work. So that'll be enough to cover 2, not 3. Yo, what's up, Tony? Hey, thank you so much for the 100 stars, dude. Yes, those will definitely help towards my buddy's upgrade. His daughters are going to be, I think, really happy with whatever we come up with on that. Honestly, it's just been sitting around for a long time. He doesn't even know if it works still. So yeah, the fact that we're fixing that up for him and he'll be able to use it again, I think is really cool. So I appreciate that, man. That's all done. All right, so we're pretty much out of this first set of pads here. So we'll open this other one up. Super stoked your white 3070 Ti came in today. Hey, that was quick. That's awesome. All right, this does not want to come out like that. Hopefully joining you and Navy Lady for some games. Hey, love that. You are most certainly welcome. All right. Got this nice fresh sheet here. Go like this wide. Okay. Try to make that a nice straight cut all the way down. That. It's a little oversized. That's okay. Really oversized. It's okay. $4070 Ti. 4070 Ti. That's right. Ain't no more of this 30 series nonsense. Just kidding. Okay. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna cut it down the center, and then I think it'll only be wide enough to use it on the small strip here, but we'll use it for that. Okay, got that. Right, and then we only need out to there on this one. How's everybody doing today? How's your Fridays going? Need to cut a little more off that one. Too long. There we go. That's better. Okay. So we just need to do this last row here, and then we're done putting thermal pads on this side. Pretty cool. All right, let's grab this guy out. This sheet is long enough, but we just need to make sure we're cutting it wide enough here. Okay. Perfect. 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 So we want right about there. Might be a tiny bit long, but that looks pretty good. All right, cool. A weekend now, but back to work Sunday night. Do you work night shifts all the time? What do you do for work, Tony? Should have you rebuild / upgrade yours? Yeah, you should. You know, just make a nice trip down to Idaho. It's wonderful here. And bring your computer. We'll get it done. Alright, so everything on this side has thermal pads on it. So the next thing we gotta do, and you can see it here, is we need to put thermal paste on this main processing unit, and then we'll be able to start working on getting our we'll be able to start working on getting the block on. Also, I was going to be recording this and I totally forgot, so we'll have to download it later. Sorry. All right, so we've got this Arctic Silver 5. This is what we're going to be using for the main GPU piece here. Or you make another trip up here, we get some beers and rebuild here. It's not really... Detroit isn't really where I want to go for vacation, and I don't have any work trips like upcoming, you know? Alright, so I put just a little bit on there. We'll take our handy dandy little tool here, clean it off, and then we'll get this stuff spread out. You don't need a lot of this, you just need the surface to be nice and covered. Because the point of thermal paste is not to create like a nice thick layer between the block and the CPU or GPU that you're putting it on. The point is you're just trying to fill in, because the surfaces are not perfectly smooth, even though they look like they are. If you look at them through like a microscope, they're not perfectly smooth. So you need something that can, you know, conduct that heat to fill in all those gaps, because air is a terrible conductor. You need something that has good thermal conductivity to take up all that space so that you're not trying to pass it through air, because air is garbage. Yep, for the last 7 years, I make parts for high-end cars like McLaren, Lamborghini, Rolls-Royce. Ooh, that sounds fun. I like that. Like one-off type stuff, like you're working on like CNC and stuff to make their parts kind of thing, or is it more of a little bit more production factory sort of setting? All right, that's all nice and covered. Doesn't seem like it's too thick. Alright, so that should be good there. Ta-da! Hey, Brendan, thank you so much for the 100 stars, dude. I appreciate it. Attaching the water block. So this is where we got last time when I realized, oh no, it all went wrong! That the old PCB was not the right one for the water block. Okay. Here's our water block. I can't remember. Okay, we need to take off these bolts to pull this side off, and then the water block will be accessible. Some CNC milling, and also, ooh, plastic injection molding. Interesting. I also put the tools in, so kind of operator / maintainer. Okay. You kind of doing it all over there. Oh yeah, these are captive. I don't think they've come out. Which is awesome. Here's another, just because you're a cool guy. Hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you for the 200 stars. How's your Friday going, Brendan? Oh, that one came out. Okay. So, took that off. So now what needs to happen here, this is all nice and clean. Now what needs to happen here is this guy needs to get flipped onto there, or vice versa. Now, these thermal pads shouldn't come off. I'm still worried they will. So, let's just hope for the best. Slightly off here. Okay, everything seems to be okay there. We're gonna put it back on the front here. So we've got this on. Let's Scroll down here. So we got the water block on. And now we need to take M2.5. So let's look at our, got this universal mounting mechanism. This is just thermal pads. This one should have the bolts in it. Does not have the bolts in it. It does have the bolts in it. Okay. So. Is that a GPU? It is a GPU, Colin. Also, my wife and I found out last week we're expecting. Hey, what's up? Let's freaking go, Brendan. Congrats, man. Okay, so we've got, it looks like 3 different sizes of things here. So I'm gonna scroll back up real quick to see what sizes it came with. So we've got 4, 6, and 8 for the screws. So coming back down, we need to use M2.5 by 4 screws with the M2.5 washers. Got it. So let's find these tiny little ones with a washer each. Tiny little one. Another washer. How many of these do I need? 4. Tiny little one. Washer. I need little one. Washer. Oh, wait, no, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay. There's 5. A little washer. 6 and 7 with little washers. 8 with a little washer. 9 and 10 with little washers. Okay. Got that done. Will this screwdriver work for this? It seems like it will. Okay, so we got this. Got that on it. I feel like I need to zoom in. Oh, never mind. Shut up and read the title, Colin. Yeah, Colin. Jeez. Okay. These spots are tiny. Here, you can't read that from here. So I need to... Well, I need to adjust all my chats here so that I can zoom in a bit. Okay, so we're gonna start. Oh, good, and of course it's flipped. Let's at least make these match so it makes more sense. All right, so this is the way the picture has it. You guys can see the picture, right? Oh, you can't see the picture. This is the way the picture has it. You guys can see the picture there. So we will start from the left side. So it looks like we've got this one and this one that we need to do first. So let's do this. I'm gonna get all these just started. First one. Yeah, is this your first one? What's up, Fraser? You're a ballsy man for taking apart GPUs. Bro, it gives me anxiety too. You should have seen me pulling the... you should have seen me trying to pull the PCB out of the old heat sink. It was a little rough. Yes, sir, it'll be your first one. Hey, let's go. Okay, and then the next one is going to be this guy here. Yeah, the other thing is this totally voids the warranty. So if you were curious, this GPU no longer has a warranty, which was the bummer when I got this far with the first one. And then I had to tell my brother, I was like, hey, by the way, first, it's not the right GPU. You're gonna have to buy another one. And second, because I already took it apart before I found that out, there's no warranty on this GPU. It's gonna be really hard for me to sell it to someone. So he's gonna give it to his girlfriend. Okay, and then we need the right-hand one on this guy. So this one here. Get that one started. Working our way across. We need this right-hand one on these two here. That one started. Have you ever soldered a PS4 HDMI port before? No. I'm not an electrical engineer or an electrician, so soldering is not my thing. I've done it before, but I'm not any good at it. Okay, got that. Okay, and then I need the top one of these two, which should be obvious because there's no where to bolt into the bottom one at the moment. These do look just ever so slightly off. Just that's better. Okay. Even better, I've got 3. A girl who's 27, 2 boys 24 and 22. Whoa, old man alert! No, just kidding. Why does that picture suck? Is there one over here? Yeah, okay. Okay. One goes here. This one does not seem to go here. It doesn't even go here. Alright, there we go. Just need a little force. A little show of force. Alright, and then the top right corner. Yep, top right corner. It's awesome for now. I just want one. We've been trying for 10 years. Oh my goodness. Gives hope to my wife. We've been trying for the second one for a little while. And then this one here, but this... Wait a minute. This one looks like it's supposed to be the one that goes with factory one. But seems like the factory one we're supposed to get rid of. Okay, so we got to get our IO shield here real quick. Okay. So we'll stick this guy. Well, it's very conveniently not the right height. So we got to lift this up. Alright, so that guy's on there. Let's get this one on there too, because that's a lot of, well, potentially a lot of force through a single bolt on that corner. Alright, so all of those are in. Everything seems to be lined up now, so I'm going to go back through and we'll tighten these down all the way. Being pretty gentle with them. I don't really know what sort of torque I should be putting on these. I'd rather be slightly under than over, you know? Alright. Those guys are all tight. Okay, that one's tight as well. Knocked a screw on the floor. Time to go a digging. Oh no, it all went wrong! I don't even know what screw I dropped. It wasn't one of these ones. Alright, we'll find out in a little bit. It was one of the... It would have been one of the ones that came with the original GPU, so... Oh, it was this big one here, wasn't it? Man, cards are still crazy expensive even for 3090s. Just overclocked your 3060 because I was having problems, OBS problems until I dig the funds for a new card. Yeah, man. Cards are just, I mean, I think they're just gonna keep getting expensive, man. I don't think, like, each model of, the price on each model will eventually, like, come down, but I think we're kind of in a place where cards are just expensive. Like, everything is just more expensive now, you know? Yo, what's up, Charlie? How you doing? Okay. This hole right here seems just a little bit off. I can just apply a little bit of force to it. There we go. Okay. Chillin', bro. How are you? I'm doing good, man. Doing good. I'm working on some computer stuff for my brother. Like my actual brother. And then we'll be playing some games. Okay, so this was... Okay, cool. I actually don't even need these two bolts. So these are the two bolts. We'll switch down to this one. So these are the two bolts that went here and here. But they actually went to... the heatsink, the old heatsink, and we don't actually need the old heatsink anymore. So we should be fine with without the one that I just dropped on the floor. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so we're there. Factory provided screws. Oh, there was a better picture on the next line. You guys didn't even tell me. All right, so we're on the back side now. Installing the back plate. So... Alright, so here's where we have to pay attention to size. Because size matters, ladies. Right? So we've got 1mm pads and we've got 2mm pads. If I knew more what I wanted when you built mine, I would have spent the money on a 3090 when you build mine. But PC Noob didn't know what I wanted. Yeah, that's fair. And I always, like, it's so hard as, like, a builder to, like, go to people and say, hey, I think you should do this, but not sounding like someone who is just trying to money grab, you know? Okay, I feel like this is backwards. There's 3 rows of things. I feel like I have this backwards. It's really hard to tell, though. What if I look at it this way? Oh, they want me to do it on this side, don't they? Can I stop dropping things, please? Where is this bolt and why did it fall through its thing here? Why is its little collar thing here not working? All right. It's supposed to have this little retaining washer, you see? You will see? Okay. Now I get it. Now it makes sense. So let's flip this around this way. So I'm supposed to put these on the back plate and not directly on here. That's why this picture made 0 sense before, because I was like, this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't... I was like, this has no bearing with reality. Well, so I was looking at the wrong thing. That's why. Alright. Question, where can I get memory for my PC for a low price? Amazon? Honestly, go to PC Part Picker. Or just send me a message on what is currently in your PC, and then I can help you choose an appropriate RAM for your computer without it costing a bunch. How about that? How about you just send me a DM? When I asked you, you were very honest, and I could tell you were looking out for your best interests. What I do. Thank you, Colin. Okay, so let's start with the green stuff. So we need to fill this entire space here with the green stuff. Maybe this direction is better. No, we want to do it this way. Okay. So let's do this. What if we do this? But it's good to feel appreciated, you know? Okay. So we got this thing cut. Now we pretty much just have to start cutting it down until it's the right size to fit inside of there. We gotta round that corner off. Voila. Gonna round this corner off a bit. Voila. Not perfect, but it's gonna work. Then we gotta figure out how high go up with this cut. I think the ideal way to do this is to use like a razor blade, like set it over here and then like cut it around it or something, but you know, it's not me. I think I saw it drop on the floor. You did not. You might have. This one does appear to be shorter than the rest. You did see it drop on the floor. There it is. Thank you. Saving me from myself. Okay. So, got this guy. Mostly appropriately sized up and shaped up for this. I'm gonna stretch it just a little bit so that it's fitting a little bit better. Alright, we got that in there. You can see we kind of missed this bottom little corner. Not too bad for an old guy without his glasses on? Seriously. I heard it hit something. I could have swore that was the mouse pad that I heard it hit, but I guess it was the floor. And we're back to the hardest part, getting this stupid plastic off these thermal pads. Oh, there we go. Got it. Got it. Okay. It's filled in. Alright, so that's the only green part, and then this part here. This one should be a little bit easier. It's a little bit nicer shape than the last one. Okay, those two corners, this corner. It's like childhood crafts, you know? It's just like crafts in kindergarten. This is a little too long. Right, then we've got this long strip here, and then we're done with the 1mm stuff. Super cool. Yeah, just a little too wide. Wonderful. I'm trying to like make sure these make it all the way to the edges, but realistically, I'm just trying to cover like chips, and so none of them are really going to be all the way out at the edge of this. I'm just being a little extra careful. Okay. 1mm stuff is all done. On to 2mm. The big stuff. Hear that? 2mm is big. Okay, not really. Alright, 2mm. Oh yeah, that's hefty. Okay, so yeah, you guys are looking at it too. So now I got to hit the blue spots. So there's this little piece here on the edge, these pieces here in the center, and then this little piece here. Oh no, this little strip here to the left of this. Okay, so this thin strip, and then these thick boys. All right. So let's get it for these thinner pieces. Why aren't you muted? Oh my gosh, my laptop over here went to sleep. Okay, we're back. Extra careful makes me giggle. My current CPU cooler is screwed in with Loctite. Nice. Nice. Loctite AMD processor with an Intel mount. Oh my gosh. I mean, if it's just for you, that's fine, right? But I mean, I guess I'm not selling this one. My brother is not paying me to do this work, so I guess I don't have to be as careful, but still. Okay, just got that bit done. That's hilarious to me, man. HP Omen's trash! It's true. HP Omen is kind of trash. That was almost really good on that length. Put it down just a little more. John, is that what you have? You have the HP Omen right now? Forgive me if I've even like looked at your computer and I can't remember it. There's only so much I can do. I definitely remember trying to help somebody with their HP Omen computer and I was like, yeah, there's not much we can do here. They just lock it all down. Don't let you do anything with it. To be fair, I bought it 11/21 chipset shortage at everything overpriced. Yeah, that's fair. And I cut it. It was too long at first, and then I cut it, and then now it's too short. You guys seen those memes where like people are like, "Oh yeah, like you measure once with your measuring tape for like cutting a baseboard, and you're like, go and you cut it, and you're like, man, it's way too long. So you go measure how long it is, go to cut it again, and then all of a sudden it's like a foot short. That's what it feels like doing this right now. Alright, so that's all done. Now we just need these big 4 pieces in the middle, and we're done with this thing! How cool is that? How cool is that? Way late compared to what Navy was promised, but that's okay. Wasn't me, but I think we spoke about it. 285 max link GPU is tough. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can't really upgrade it much when you've got that, huh? Got that looming over your head. Right. That guy. Really wish I was better at arts and crafts. And this would be so much easier. Can't cut straight lines. Thankfully, the thermal pads are not nearly as important as the thermal paste. Thermal pads, like, they're good to have there, and you want them there to, you know, help with heat dissipation. But the thermal paste is, like, what really matters. Alright, that is done. Now figure out how to put this on here. Guessing it needs to go this way. Like so. Scroll down. Yeah, the last piece on here is just bolted down, so we're basically good to go here. I feel like I missed something here. Hold on. Is that really it? I feel like there should be something else to hold the water block on. Why do I feel like I'm missing something? Oh, that's everything. I just feel like there should be something else for holding down the block onto the into the center. But it's not